What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you an absolutely amazing video today. We are playing The Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and in today's video, we are talking about my phenomenal Undying against Per's phenomenal Theoden, okay? These are both very strong PvP commanders that we're going to be talking about today. So, first things first, special shout out to the Angmar folks for the fighting today. They succeeded in destroying all 3 of my forts and killing all 6 of my commanders. I was able to time it and probably stretch the battle on for about an hour and a half as I defended against 4 of these wonderful fighters, and then eventually they did murder all of my troops and demolish all of my structures. So great fight to Angmar. I love it. It was phenomenal. Now, into this particular video, we are running an extremely unique build on the Undying, something that has not really been done to date, as far as I know from the content that I've seen and posted about in different Discords, so get excited for that, guys. The Undying is an interesting commander, right? At first glance, you kind of look at him and you're like, wow, he's amazing, and then you try him in the field. If you don't have the build perfected, you're like, oh, he's actually a poop. You know, he's a poo-poo turd. But I've done some interesting things with the gear and the skill set that I think that you'll enjoy, okay? So let's start with the skills. I have the Undertaker at 15 out of 15. This is going to give me a little bit of commander damage output. It's not going to be comparable to Shadow. Shadow has the R5 tree, which gives him about 50% bonus damage to his auto attacks, as well as the 90% chance to do a double strike for the first 4 rounds. So he's dealing massively higher damage in the first few rounds compared to the Undying. And then for the remainder of the fight, he's dealing about 50% increased damage with his auto attacks compared to the Undying. So this will be some damage, but it won't compare to the Shadow. Just have that in your head, okay? Next, I have 1 point in the Plague. This is key because the Plague applies in round 3. A lot of commanders have their healing nukes in round 3. So don't think that just because you have 15 points in Second Wind and you're negating enemy heals starting in round 4, don't think that you can overlook the massive healing nukes that many commanders have in round 3. I would say 9 out of 10 of the big healing commanders, their first healing nuke is round 3, right? That is the big one. Round 3, 6, 7, these are all key windows for heal nukes that you want to counter. So by having Second Wind, having a little bit of speed, I am able to counter many healing commanders on their round 3 healing nukes, okay? And then, of course, in round 4, Plague triggers in round 3, and then, of course, as we know, in round 4, Second Wind will take over and mean no more healing for the rest of the fight, okay? That pairs well with Fanaticism. By the time you get into round 4 and you negate all the healing, your troops are dealing 20% bonus damage. Continues to stack every round, okay? Next, we maxed out the R0 tree, the Undead Commander. This is going to give my units 60% chance to evade all 4 of the first physical damages hit, okay? I had some mouth diarrhea there. I definitely worded that entirely wrong. The first 4 damage instances they take, they have a 60% chance to dodge the physical portion, okay? Dishearten is amazing. This is a debuff against the enemy. It's going to reduce their damage by 21%. This is key to the build. Key. I cannot stress it enough, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually the point of the build. Dishearten is going to pair with some of the gear I'm wearing to really negate the enemy's damage. Okay, Nimbleness as well. This is not a debuff, but this is going to reduce the damage that my units receive from ranged units by 28%. Okay? Now, for the weapon, this thing is really special. Yes, I could have gone with my typical Cutlass with +3 attack and 9% damage, and perhaps I'll do some testing and decide how I feel about it. However, for this particular fight, I decided to go with the concussion debuff on the Battle Axe, okay? So the Battle Axe has phenomenal might. It's going to help contribute to my commander damage. It's also going to give a few % damage to my units, okay? And then concussion is really the point of this weapon. This is going to, on auto attack, have a 50% chance of reducing the enemy's damage dealt by 36%, okay? That will stack with Dishearten. So if Dishearten is on a unit and they have 36% here, you're looking at 57% reduction to their damage, okay? And yes, their damage reduction caps out at 90%. This is going to get us a large portion of the way to that 90, okay? Next, we have an anti-burn damage chest. Since I'm not... I don't know how to say this. Angmar runs a lot of Witch Kings, so I'm wearing fire protection. That is just, it is what it is, okay? It's part of the game. Alchemists are very strong, so I use burn damage protection to help counter them, right? Next, we have the Bone Mass. This thing is even also amazing. Additionally amazing, this pairs well with the weapon. The weapon concussion gives you basically a 50% chance every round, so you could say every 2 rounds, right? Every other round, just mathematically, it gives a 36% damage debuff. This Bone Mass gives guaranteed every other round. It is going to give a 35% damage debuff. So this can stack. These can stack, guys. If this triggers on the same unit or you're fighting a single stack unit, they're dealing no damage this fight. So this is really, really strong. And the entire point of this is to pair with this concussion, okay? Now, you may be asking yourself, hey, Randy, why are you not using anti-CC for the first couple rounds? Why I'm not using a Horseman's Helm? Something like that. And the reason is, for the first few rounds of the fight, my units don't have fanaticism stacking up. So I'm not really too worried about anti-stun for the first 2 rounds. I'd actually prefer to give my units some HP, as well as this damage negation. Now, the only question I have, or the only comment I have, is last season I ran the Bone Mask with the Hysteria buff, which causes madness on the enemy. I haven't decided yet if I like this debuff better than madness. It's hard to say, right? When madness does trigger, it is absolutely beautiful, and they attack their own units. But when it doesn't trigger, or it fails, or they resist, it really is a letdown. But this is consistent. Every other round, this will consistently reduce 1 unit's damage by 35%, okay? And lastly, the Drums of Moria. These are just all-around strong items. They give some good commander stats and some good army stats, okay? As far as the troops, I'm running Halberdiers, Corsairs, and Champions. The Champions pair very well with this Undying build, because the Champions will give, at max level, a 50% damage reduction to the enemy for an additional debuff, okay? So theoretically, I could, at any given time, have 3 triggered debuffs throughout the enemy units. So if they're only running 2 units, you better believe at least one of those units will have more than 1 damage debuff on them, okay? Every turn. So very, very strong defensive capabilities. The whole goal and the whole problem with the Undying that I tried last season is I didn't have his survivability level for his units up high enough. Therefore, he was getting flattened before fanaticism could really come into effect, or before the second wind. Its anti-heal ability really started to get to make an impact. But now, with all of these damage debuffs, it is able to work out, okay? Theoden here. We'll spend 30 seconds on Theoden. You know Theoden, okay? Decent gear. Not quite as nice gear as mine, but definitely some strong gear here, okay? Here we go. He's using... Perfect. He's using the same negative damage debuff as I am. Very nice. Okay, he's got some speed here. He's going for the Rehorum stacks. We have Horseman's Helm, which is might and speed. Okay, and then Wizard's Fireworks, which is going to be some healing. All right. No healing for you, sir. So into this actual line by line, guys. This is phenomenal. I'm really enjoying the Undying right now. Some other commanders he's been very effective against is Gandalf the Grey. So some hidden gems in there that I'll probably share later this week. Get excited for that. All right, here we go. And by the way, I just want to apologize. I know my videos, I usually try and launch them every single day at the same time. I apologize for my video yesterday. I did not get it out in a timely fashion. I just have a lot going on with the move right now. We just had the moving van dropped off today, or the moving trailer, and we're going to start loading that this weekend. Very excited for that. We move in less than a week. So I'll be doing my best to pump out the videos, but I apologize if occasionally the timing slips. Okay, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gents. Super excited for this one. Here it is. All right. Now, Cavaliers coming in hot and heavy, punching the Corsairs for 13,000 damage. Ladies and gents, I don't have any damage debuffs yet. I want you to pay attention to the damage that their units deal right now, because this is before they get debuffed, okay? This is damage pre-debuff. Champions just debuff the Fallen. The Fallen are now debuffed. Are they debuffed? Where's the debuff? I don't see the debuff. Where is it? I was just talking about the debuff. All right. The champions attack the Fallen. The Fallen theoretically get debuffed, but I don't see the debuff triggering in this next frame. Let's see what happens later on. Here we go. The Cavaliers being manipulated. So now I have manipulation on the Cavaliers. Now 2 units are dealing massively reduced damage. Very nice. And who did the helm affect? I don't even see. Who did the helm affect? Did it trigger yet? Where is the helm? Oh, the helm is manipulate. Okay. Oh my goodness. Check this out. So this is interesting. Okay. We're going to really see this in action, guys, because we have the Cavaliers at minus 35% damage dealt. We have the Fallen at minus 36 plus minus 40 from my champions for a total of minus 76% damage dealt by the Fallen. I'll be interested to see how much 1,700 Fallen, how much damage they deal. They're at 1,600 left here. Let's see what happens with the Fallen. I'm really, really interested to see what happens. Okay. Oh, wow. And oh my goodness. We're just debuffing everybody today. Where's the Fallen? Did they attack? Where are they? I'm so confused. Where are all the Fallen? Guys, what is happening? Did they attack? Where are they? What's happening in this report? I can't find them. Oh my goodness. No wonder I can't find them. I avoided all the attacks. Okay. Wow. Look at that. So not only are they debuffed with minus 76% damage, but I am dodging their attacks. I totally forgot I had this ability. I'm just looking for the damage hit, but here I am dodging. I'm not dodging anybody else's abilities and attacks, apparently, but I am dodging the Fallens. I need to see the Fallen. Look at this. It all stacks. Oh my God. Look at that. Do you guys see that? That is crazy. Oh my goodness. All right. So the Fallen lost their damage debuff from concussion because it took them so long. They didn't land any damage until round 3 of this fight. But here in round 3, they have 3 stacks from the champions. So the champions' auto attacks can apparently stack on the enemy units. How interesting is that? So they're going to be at the maximum minus 90% damage output, guys. Absolutely insane. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And then of course the champion challenge falls off the second they deal damage, but their next damage instance is minus 40. It's crazy. All right. Okay. All right. Here is the heal nuke. Look at that. So much healing. So much healing here on my units. The champions didn't take any damage yet, so they didn't need any healing. I kept dodging all the damage. Absolutely insane. Here's the enemy Cavaliers. Okay. Let's see here. Are they affected by a damage debuff? I don't know. I don't think so. But here's the Cavaliers coming in hot and heavy, punching my Corsairs for 7,400 damage there, ladies and gents. Fanaticism at 20%. The Fallen now are at max stacks. There's 1,400 Fallen left. And I dodge another attack. All right, I've dodged 3 of the Fallen's attacks so far, guys, here in the first 4 rounds. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, okay? Cavaliers getting concussed. So this helmet and this weapon combination is really interesting. It's really causing the enemy units to be massively debuffed. I mean, I'm enjoying it. This is really the first time I've gone through the reports, guys. I haven't seen these reports line by line yet. There's another double stack on the Fallen. So the Fallen are gaining 26.7% damage dealt, but they're getting minus 80% damage dealt from here. So their total damage output was 9,600. That's pretty significant damage dealt considering they're getting minus 80% damage here. Okay, very, very strong. Very, very strong. I mean, all right. I mean, look, what else do you want to see? That's the point. You keep seeing all this damage debuff. Like, what's this? The Ram Riders at minus 35%. Here we go. They're attacking with 40, whatever their 40% Rehorum. They're only hitting for 7,500 damage, guys. And there's 1,100 of them alive. I mean, that's a huge damage mitigation. I am definitely enjoying this this report. So, very, very interesting, guys. Definitely try this Undying build. Hopefully this video turned you on to it. Understanding I am using absolutely phenomenal gear on this guy. The Theoden I'm facing it also has pretty decent gear, but it's not quite up to my par. And I do want to make the caveat that, yes, the Undying is a Tier 3 commander. He is fighting a Tier 2 commander. But I do also want to make the caveat that this particular Tier 2 damage-dealing commander is probably the strongest Tier 2 commander for the good faction side for PvP, while the Undying has been consistently ranked towards the bottom. So I'm just happy I was able to get him up to a competitive level against a strong enemy commander, okay? With, by the way, 1,700 Fallen units, all right? So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop down, give me the like and sub. I love you all, long time. Randy out.